On to Chapter 2. In Chapter 2, we're going to be looking a little more in depth to linear equations. We're going to start off by writing the equations, which takes us back to translations. In the previous chapter, we spent some time translating expressions. Now we're going to look at equations and translating them. To write an equation, we want to identify the unknown that we're looking for, and we're going to assign a variable to it if they don't tell us what variable to use. Next, we're going to look for keywords. Is as much as, is the same as, is identical to. So these words here are what we're going to add to a mix of words that help us to translate, because these words will all tell me to put in the equal to sign. Let's start our translations. 2 times a number squared is equal to 50. Now, if they don't tell us the variable, we can choose any variable. I'll choose x. 2 times x squared, 2 times a number squared, is equal to 50. Again, I read it more than once, and then when I'm done, I read it again to make sure it makes sense and it goes along with the expression. Product. We know product means multiply. The product of a number and 3, that's 3x. The product of a number and 3 means equals 12. 3 times a number increased by 2. 3 times a number increased by is add. So this was multiply. This was add. This is equals 19. We don't have to solve anything. We're just translating. Let's keep practicing. 6 times a number, let's use n, 6n, minus 15 equals 45. Some of them are very straightforward and easy to translate. The sum, that's telling me to add, this word is 3 times. The sum of y squared and 3 times a number x is w. This time they told us what variables to use. And again, go back and look at it to make sure it makes sense. We'll do just a few more, and this is really going to be just our focus for today's class. It's just working on these translations. Here they're giving me variables to use. They're telling me specifically what letter. 3 times r less than 15. 3 times r less than 15 is equals to 6. The sum, again I'm adding, the sum of q and 4 times t equals 29. Again, they're giving me the variables. A number n squared plus 12 is the same as, means it's equal to, the quotient, that's division, the quotient of p and 4. I can write it that way, or I could have written n squared plus 12 equals p divided by 4. Both work. Sum, that tells me to add. The sum of 8 and 3 times k equals the difference. That means I'm going to be subtracting the difference of 5 times k and 3. Let's do a couple more. The quotient of 25 and t. 25 divided by t plus 6 is the same as twice t, 2 times t, plus 1. The more you do, the easier they get. And let's just do one final one. 32 divided by y is equal to the product of 3y minus 4. So we did a whole series of translations today. Each one of them had some form of is equal to, equivalent to, so that we knew that we were creating mathematical sentences or equations and not expressions. We'll do more practice and then we'll move on to solving.